Hey guys, how you doing today? I got some more breaking news for you. I know. It's true. How about another IPO? How about another record-breaking Canadian cannabis IPO? And I must give the credit to Michael Vadika, the editor of this article from Cannabis Stock Trades. It was very well put together, and Michael is a licensed advisor, a Series 65 president and founder of the Vadika Group. I do not know Michael. I was not paid for this, okay? I just want to give him the credit for his article because I thought it was very well written. He's a registered investment advisor, an RIA, and a globally syndicated financial journalist. Michael is a pioneer investing in cannabis stocks. He and his wealth management clients have been investing in cannabis stocks since 2014. So he's probably done very well. Now let's read this article, because it's got some huge news. Let's get right into it, shall we? And if you guys have any questions, just comment down below. And remember, Rich TV Live is strictly for education and entertainment purposes. Do not buy anything we talk about on our show because you heard it from your boy Rich. Buy something because you've done your due diligence and you love it. I'm bringing you new opportunities every single day. Do not assume that just because I talk about it, I am investing in it. I will tell you if I invest in it. Now, this is a new IPO. I do not plan on buying the IPO. But things could change. Things could change. So, let's just go through the news, shall we? So back in June of 2017, the Toronto Stock Exchange recorded its largest cannabis IPO ever. The event generated a lot of attention for the company going public and the broader cannabis sector. Not all of it was positive. In fact, there were plenty of bearish headlines in the financial media. Look at this one. Newsflash. This massive marijuana stock IPO imploded on its first day of trading. Big negative news, right? Wrong. Medreleaf worst Canadian debut since 2001. Ooh. As pot stocks wilt. Look at these headlines. See how they try to scare you into selling for a loss? Never sell for a loss. That is not the rich system. Accumulate more of your great companies that you believe in and wait for the dead cat bounce. Wait for the surge. And when the surge comes and you're in the green, take your money and run. That is the rich system. Now look at these headlines. Stock closes down 22%. 740 Canadian versus 950 IPO pricing. Ooh, it was down $2.10. What do? Panic sell? Investors becoming jodist on marijuana stocks, says the analyst. Yeah, I don't know that word they were using there. Kind of a weird headline. Despite the bearish headlines, cannabis stock trades saw the long-term potential and added shares to our model portfolio in early June. Interesting. So even though everybody was panicking, they were buying more. Interesting. So they were giving out signals to buy. Now let's look at the news. 9 months later, shares of Medreleaf are up 158%. Interesting. Remember the negative news? Oh my goodness, it's down since the IPO. 9 months later, up 158%. So anybody that sold for a loss is kind of kicking themselves because Medreleaf, otherwise known as Leaf, one that I've purchased and profited from, is up 158% since its IPO. That is correct. So even after a recent pullback, look at the huge surge in Leaf. And yes, it's come back, but it's still up 158% since the IPO. So this was a nice win-win for investors who saw the bigger picture opportunity and ignored the short-term fear-mongering headlines. If you missed the big jump higher, don't worry. Today I see the same cycle repeating itself. Does this sound familiar? Is this not something that I've been saying consistently here on Rich TV Live? Is there not a cycle repeating itself? There's a question here. Do you have a list of the top 10 stocks to hold for the next 5 to 30 years? I can put a list together for you, no problem. Pistol Pete says, I believe in my picks, not planning on selling into summer. Very good. Hey, everybody has their own investing strategy. I simply want to bring you guys the news. So let's talk about something that's going to be happening here, okay? Something big. On March 19th, the Toronto Stock Exchange is expected to break its record for the largest cannabis IPO ever. This up-and-coming Canadian cannabis company secured coveted licenses from Canadian regulators to grow and sell cannabis, raised $160 million in private capital, is building cannabis greenhouses that could total 1 million square feet, and is positioned and branded as an organic low-cost provider. The Green Organic Dutchman on the TSX under the symbol TGOD is looking to make a big splash in Canada's recreational cannabis market. Shares of TGOD are scheduled to begin trading on the Toronto Stock Exchange on March 19th, and you heard it here first from your boy Rich. Now, I was given this article by none other than Attila, the medical marijuana gorilla, a member of the Rich TV Live community, a richaholic, a true believer in the Canadian cannabis and U.S. cannabis sector and the growing opportunity of medical marijuana and CBD production on a large scale globally, who has been an insider and brought me this pick, brought me this article. Now, there are members of the community, there are richaholics that have contacted the company, and there may be the opportunity for you, the people, to invest early in this IPO if you choose. Now, I am not a licensed advisor, and I'm not saying that you should do this, and I have not done it myself. But there are some richaholics that have contacted the company, and they are in the position of potentially investing. We will keep you guys updated. We will keep you guys monitored. And that is what we do here on Rich TV Live. We bring you guys the news first. This could be a huge winner. Now, from what I'm hearing, it is going to be most likely becoming public at around $3 to $4. That's what I am hearing from the conversations that some of the subscribers have had with some of the representatives of the company. But this could go up more or down before it goes public, after it goes public. We will keep you guys updated because that's what we do here on Rich TV Live. Now let's get back to the article. Just like Medreleaf last summer, this is expected to be the largest Canadian cannabis IPO ever, with a projected market value of potentially more than $1 billion. That's billion like Bob with a B. It's true, $1 billion IPO for a Canadian cannabis medical marijuana company under the symbol TGOD. Its size alone makes this a cannabis IPO we want to follow. However, TGOD also looks well positioned to cash in on Canada's high-growth recreational market. TGOD has secured permits from Canadian regulators to grow and sell cannabis. Getting a permit to grow or sell cannabis in Canada is not easy, okay? It can take years and cost tens of millions of dollars. At this point, around 50 permits have been issued while thousands remain backlogged or rejected. TGOD has already cleared this regulatory hurdle. In August of 2016, TGOD received a license to cultivate cannabis. And 1 year later, in August of 2017, TGOD received a license to sell cannabis. TGOD isn't exactly a first mover in Canada's cannabis industry, but these permits alone place TGOD ahead of hundreds of other competitors still struggling to get their hands on a permit that could be months or even years away. TGOD raised $160 million in private capital in the last 12 months alone. TGOD looks well funded. The company has already raised $160 million in private funding. $55 million of that funding came from my #1 pick that I have loved for over a year and profited from handsomely already, and I am continuously a shareholder, Aurora Cannabis, ACBFF in America, ACB in Canada, one of the largest cannabis companies in Canada, and an early industry leader. The IPO will give TGOD even more cash to invest in growth. This is huge news for Aurora Cannabis as well. I love this news. Let's continue to read the news. TGOD is in the early stages of building a 1 million square foot cannabis greenhouse. TGOD is using its cash to build 2 state-of-the-art cannabis greenhouses that could total more than 1 million square feet. On September 27th, TGOD announced it has purchased a 75-acre property located in Salaberry-de-Valleyfield, Quebec, the Quebec property, otherwise known as the Quebec property. TGOD has big plans for his Quebec property with the potential to house 820,000 square feet of production. The facility is being developed in phases. Phase 1 started last fall. This is 100% funded. The Quebec expansion fully funded project. Oh my goodness. And you heard it here first on Rich TV Live, the first YouTuber on the planet to bring you guys this information. And if you've heard it from anyone else, please comment down below. I'd like to know. Honestly, I'd like to know. And if you're a Richaholic, please, and you have more information, continue to send me these winners, guys. Rich TV Live, none of this would even be possible without you, the people. This was brought to me, as was so many other great articles by Attila, the medical marijuana gorilla. And if you, the people, see any news that is breaking, that I must bring to the public, please bring it to my attention. With these 2 facilities coming online and a growing production capacity sharply in the next 12 months, TGOD looks well positioned to cash in Canada's high-growth recreational market. Positioned as organic, low-cost producer, TGOD is creating a unique selling proposition in the Canadian cannabis sector as an organic producer. This kind of market niche and consumer branding can go a long way for sales growth and brand loyalty, and I think it's a smart angle. So they are organic, making them unique. And if you believe in organic growing, this could be a big winner, guys. Risk to consider. early investors in an IPO can be subjected to extreme volatility. So buyer beware. Action to take. TGOD looks like it could make a big splash in Canada's recreational market. It owns coveted permits in well-funded, building huge cannabis greenhouses and branding itself as an organic provider. This is a stock to keep an eye on, and shares start trading on March 19th. So, guys, if you would like to learn about cannabis stock trades, legal cannabis is the fastest growing industry in North America. Cannabis stock trades provides investors reliable information on the cannabis industry and the small group of hidden companies that are cashing in on this explosive trend. So, guys, I'm bringing you this first. They brought it to me. Attila brought it to me. And this is your boy Rich bringing you guys the news, because that's what we do. We break it here first.
Are you listening?
All right, party people. This is your boy Rich bringing you the news. Another big winner. That's what we do here. All right, party people. This is your boy Rich. And I'm out. Peace.